Hey guys, so today we are talking about fighting those fraudy feelings, okay? Now, if you're anything like me, once in a while, you feel dumb, right? You feel stupid, and you feel like you actually can't accomplish anything, okay? And it's a terrible place to be, because obviously you have all these dreams and these plans and these goals, but then when it comes to actually making them happen, you suddenly feel like you're not capable. You suddenly feel like you're not good enough to kind of carry it out, right? So I want to talk about how you overcome that feeling, because this is something that we're bound to face, right? At one stage or the other along your journey, you're bound to face fraudy feelings. So I want to talk about 3 things that you can do to overcome it. So number 1, you need to confront your fraudy feelings with facts and evidence, okay? You have accomplished things. Remember that. You have achieved things. You have been successful at things. So just reminding yourself of the things that you have been able to achieve will help you to face and really conquer those fraudy feelings whenever they rear their ugly head. Okay, it's really important to really just take a trip down memory lane and just think about everything that you've been able to achieve. This will reinforce for you the fact that you are capable, that you can do things, that you're not a failure, that you're not stupid, because you've got a track record that proves and suggests otherwise. So it's super important to counter those fraudy feelings by reminding yourself and reaffirming to yourself that you are capable and you can do exactly what you set your heart to do, right? The second thing that you should do in order to kind of combat these fraudy feelings is to kind of tweak or watch your self-talk. The way that you speak to yourself has a huge impact on what you're able to go on to achieve. That is just facts, that's science, that's psychology, right? So the way that you speak to yourself has to be carefully monitored to ensure that you're not talking yourself down, you're not talking yourself out of those bigger tasks or those bigger challenges because you're telling yourself that you're not capable, okay? So watch the way that you speak to yourself, because that's really, really, really important, and it lays the foundation for everything that you do, right? No matter what people out there think of you, no matter how great other people can tell you that you are, if you don't honestly believe it in your heart of hearts, then it's going to be impossible for you. You won't be able to kind of stir yourself up and encourage yourself, right? So motivation typically is external, right? And people say that motivation doesn't last, and it's true, it doesn't last, right? So that's why you need to make sure that the opinion that you hold of yourself is more powerful and more valuable to you than any opinion that anybody else out there could try to offer you, right? You need to think highly of yourself, and you need to give yourself the respect that you deserve, and just have greater confidence in yourself and in your abilities, and just again be careful of the words that you're using to address yourself. The third thing that you can do to combat these all-important fraudy feelings that may pop up from time to time is being okay with being good enough. A lot of the time we get fraudy feelings because we're striving for perfection. We want things to look perfect. We want things to look a certain way. We want things to perform a certain way. And because of that, we get to the point where we overstress ourselves and our anxiety goes through the roof, because we are just so kind of attached to the idea that this has to be perfect, right? And so because of that, often a lot of creatives will have work that they have put together and spent months and months and months, but they never see the day of light because it's not perfect, right? And so because of that, slowly over time, their confidence in their abilities is becoming weaker and weaker and weaker. The longer that they're spending on it, the weaker their belief in themselves is getting, right? And so that's really, really dangerous, because that's where the fraudy feelings start to slip in. So it's super important to just get to the point where you're okay with good enough, right? Because if you try to strive for perfection, it's very, very, very unlikely that you'll hit it anyway. Why? Because perfection is subjective anyway, right? So why are you killing yourself over something that you cannot prove? So there you have it. Those are my top 3 tips for fighting those fraudy feelings. I hope that as you go through today and the rest of this month, that you focus more on how to actually combat those fraudy feelings whenever they pop up. Have a great day.